Hello beautiful writers out there. How to get better at writing. That's quite some topic, isn't it? Yes, and there's way more to that than just the obvious keep writing. How to become a better writer or to get better at writing? There are a few factors that you probably haven't thought of or you didn't really bother about them as much as I'm gonna, point out to you just about now. Let's find out what these factors are. Here we go. Whenever we talk about how to get better at writing, there's always, the saying that you can only become better at writing by practicing your craft. That means, sitting down and type it away. I mean, it makes total sense, doesn't it? Any craft out there, if you want to get better at anything, you need to practice. That's something our parents told us already from an early age on. But the minute you start to think about it more, it makes so much sense. The constant effort really is key. Like you do something every day, and each day there's a high chance that you get very good at whatever it is you're doing. And it's the same with writing. That is a given. Obviously, what people keep pointing out, and that holds true no matter what, is besides the writing, is the reading. So you need to read other material or other people's writing to become better at your own writing. But the more you read, the better you get an understanding of, how sentences are shaped, how words are used, and how structure really works. But there's one addition I want to highlight to you right here, right now. And that is read outside of your comfort zone. What I mean by that is, if you're super into sci-fi, and you're only reading sci-fi material, you're missing out on a lot of great writing. Make sure you check out other writers, other writings, other genres, and be diverse about it. That's when you get the most inspiration. Alright, and the next factor is limitation. Yes, you will find there are thousands upon thousands of limitations resting on your shoulders. You will think, alright, I'm not there yet. My writing is not there yet. You will be reading other people's material thinking, oh man, this writer is so good, or, she's doing exactly what I wanted to do, or can't do, or don't know how to do it, and all of this. And there are two sides to this one coin. One is, yes, there are writers out there who, been at it for longer than you are, and they have figured something out, and they have figured out their voice, and they became better at writing by constantly, putting work into their writing and honing their craft. But the other side of the coin is that they probably have, experienced something that I want you to pay close attention to. And that is, they don't limit themselves. They just sit down and don't limit themselves in terms of they don't put pressure on them while they're writing. They just write. And that is the beauty about writing. You can always go back, address issues within your writing. You can rewrite. We know all that. But we very rarely put this to use. I encourage you to look at, the way you go about writing here for a second. And most often when talking to other writers, I get the sense that just before they start, they already pressuring themselves into thinking that they're not good enough. And that's poison right there. You should not let that happen. And the best cure to not let this happen is if you don't limit yourself when you sit down. You just sit down and give yourself permission to fail. Do whatever you like and do it now. Write it down. And write until, and here it comes, write until the moment where you think you are trying to say something and it's coming out right there and right then. That's when you found the nugget you were looking for. But you can only find the nugget when you write. and you don't limit yourself. That's a big factor, and I want you to consider it. Whenever you sit down, consider this in the back of your mind. Don't limit yourself. Give yourself permission to fail. All right, and last but not least, I think the most important one of all, getting notes. Okay, and again, there are certain aspects to getting notes. First off, pay very close attention to whom you are handing your material to read. If it's a friend, if it's family, you might not get the feedback you need. You want feedback from a person outside of your comfort zone who points you to shortcomings in your writings. And by shortcomings, I don't mean, okay, the writing is poor or whatever you might think right now. No, by shortcomings, I mean the stuff that you are trying to say. And believe me, you are trying to say something within your writing. The stuff that you're trying to say is not coming across. That is the only shortcoming in writing there is. And of course, you can then hone it and shape it until it really flows. But the most important thing is you want to get something across with your writing. And you can only find out if that sticks or if anything comes across by sharing your work with others. And, share with people who are brutally honest about it. Yes, it's no fun to get feedback and to find out, okay, stuff in my writing that isn't working. That's no fun at all. But you can only strive as a writer if you get feedback and if you get notes that really push you and that feel like you need to, step up the game here for a moment to get better. These are the type of notes that you're looking for. And later on in your professional career, getting notes will be the number one thing that you will have to deal with on a daily basis. So you better get used to it right now. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe and all this good stuff. Check out my website. There is a book on structure and also a book on dialogue, which I highly recommend you check out. Leave a comment down below and tell me about what you do to become a better writer. Suggest the topic for future videos. See you in the next video, guys. Right on.